This is Earth the Indigo, psychic, medium, intuitive, and tarot card reader. This is celebrity psychic reading OJ Simpson. The energy around OJ, surprisingly now, is enthusiastic. It's not a down energy. His energy isn't down. It's not a sad energy. It's not a depressed state energy. He's enthusiastic. It's like it feels like he walks with a pep in his step, even in jail. It's the energy of him getting an outpour of letters, an outpour of support, an outpour of love, especially from women, surprisingly. But it feels like he gets a lot of letters, a lot of flirts, a lot of gifts in prison from women. Marriage proposals. He's not interested in any of them, but he does find, like, it does build his spirit. He is enthusiastic. He is cheerful. He's a gleeful type of person. On the outside, and it feels like predominantly on the inside he's cheerful. It feels like he plays a lot of games, like he's a game player. He plays a lot of games, whether it be cards, board games. It feels like they made up some kind of game that they play, some kind of board game that they play between him and his, it doesn't necessarily feel like his cellmate. It just feels like somebody that he's cool with in there. It's like they made up a board game and they play that. The energy around him is that he's confident that he's going to get out. He doesn't feel like he's going to die in jail. And the energy suggests that he will get out. That he will get parole. The energy does suggest he will get out. He will get parole. If not at this hearing, it feels like at the next hearing. Like it feels like it's soon. It doesn't feel too far away. And his plans are, it feels like, to go full forward. He feels like it's the end of his life. And he feels like, I'm going to do reality TV. He's going to marry a celebrity. It's like he has his, like, this agenda. Like it's like he wants to do TV. He wants to do reality TV. And he wants to marry a celebrity. Like he wants to remarry a celebrity. Or marry a celebrity. It's like he wants to go out with his nose up. Like thumbing his nose. It feels like inside he liked the attention from the OJ Simpson series that aired on Fox. He liked the attention that he got from it. It's like the energy that comes from OJ is that it's like he's a sociopath. It's like he liked the attention that he got from that series, even if it was for negative. The energy that comes from him is that he likes to be talked about. He likes to be... It doesn't feel like he likes to be feared, but it feels like he likes for people to question. He likes for people to scratch their head. He's still the guy that if you come to his house, he's going to give you a big glass of tea. He's going to ask you if you want something to eat. Sit down, make yourself comfortable, take your shoes off, relax. That's his personality. Like, that's it. The energy is like, that's who he is. It's just don't cross the line. Don't do something that it's like a personality. It's like it's more than one person inside of him. Like he's I do pick up on him being a sociopath, but it also feels like he has split personalities. Like things make him go boom, tick tick boom. Things build up until he explodes. But he's still the guy that if he stayed on your block or if he stayed on your corner and you didn't know that he was OJ, or you didn't know his past, or he didn't have that particular storyline, that story, or that what happened with Nicole in his past, he would be the guy that you stop and you talk to for a few minutes or he's out in the line and he's going to come up to you and talk to you, tell you about the flowers that he's planting, tell you about what he uses to treat the line, tell you where you can go to get what he uses to treat the line. You want to come in for a beer? Like, that's his personality. Genuinely, the energy doesn't feel dark or it doesn't feel scary. But it does feel like if he loves you, he loves you. If he hates you, he hates you. It's like it's not a in-between. With him, it's what you don't see coming. You don't see his snap coming. It's more so when you hurt his feelings. It's like he's a nurturer. He's a carer. He wants to love you. He wants to, it's like he wants to shelter, protect, and care for you. But when you don't acknowledge what he does, or you don't give him gratitude, or when you act ungrateful as he sees it in his head. Now, this might not be what it is for everybody else in reality, but as he sees it in his head, if you're not grateful, if you don't come off as grateful, if you don't come off showing gratitude, like you're just happy to be in his presence and his warmth, then it hurts his feelings and it starts to chip away at him. Before he knows it, if you keep coming around and you keep showing ingratitude or indifference, that comes through very strong. Being indifferent with him, it like sends him over the edge. The energy between Nicole and him was turbulent. I do feel that the energy that comes through, as far as his violence and his beating and all of that, it does feel true. It does feel like he was vicious, that he would fight and attack when he felt like he wasn't shown gratitude, or when he felt like he was being disrespected or not being given the respect as the man. Like, it's like you look at me and you only look at me. You don't look over there. You don't look to your left. You don't look to your right. You don't flirt. They don't touch you. You don't touch them. It's that kind of an energy. It's like he wanted her to be his trophy. But people admire trophies. People want to pick your trophy up and hold it to the light and say, wow, you did that? Like, that's the energy that comes through. Like, he wanted her to be his trophy, yet when she had other admirers, and it doesn't feel like she was a faithful, like, it doesn't feel like either one of them was so faithful. She just didn't know how vicious he could get in the beginning. She was only 18 when she got with him, so she didn't have a chance to spread her wings. And for him, the energy comes through, it's like you knew that you wanted this young woman to be your prisoner and just for you. This young woman who still had boobs that set up in a vagina that hadn't been so knocked out of place because she was so young when you got with her. And it feels like he wanted her to be just for him. And it just feels like it was unfair. Like it feels like it was unfair. He offered her the world, of course, because he had all the money and this and that. But it still comes off as unfair because she didn't have a chance to spread her wings. And then from her parents, they're pushing her to get with this wealthy man. Like, yeah, he's black, but he's rich. Where else, you know, it's just, the energy is that it was an uneven playing field. And with his type of personality, it felt like Nicole was doomed from the start. It does feel like he loved her, but he's damaged. And that's no excuse for what happened to her. But he's not psychologically there. Like, it just feels like he's a sociopath. Everything has to revolve around him and his charm. And when it doesn't, it's a problem. There's an energy that he can make anybody feel like they're loved. Anybody feel like they're wanted. The energy is that night he caught them cheating. And she had filed for divorce anyway, but it just feels like that he caught them in the act. It feels like there is an energy of being caught in the act. Well, of course, if you're stalking somebody, I mean, you're going to see some things that you may not want to see. The energy feels like, though, around his release, is that it feels like he will be released. And it feels like he's going to do reality TV. And it feels like he's going to be remarried. It does feel like another white woman. It doesn't feel like he has any fear around his heart. It doesn't feel like partially it does feel like he's saddened that people look at him for who he is. He wants you to only see the smile. He only wants you to see the charm. He only wants you to see the football Heisman Trophy winner. He does not want you to see his dark side. He feels like if you seen his dark side, you deserved it. That's his energy. If you see me ugly, that was your fault. Because you did something to make me act ugly. I don't want to be ugly. I don't want to be mean to you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do these things. But you make me do it. You make me do it. You do things to provoke me, and you know that. And you know what's going to happen. It feels like he needed therapy years ago. He's definitely not as spoiled now, of course. But there's an energy of him being an any means necessary guy. The energy is that he feels like an idiot for what happened with the sports memorabilia. It feels like he was even coerced and talked. Like it was not talked into it. But it does feel like he was kind of, people were egging him on. Egging him on. Like, do it, do it, do it. Like, yeah, you can do it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You can do it. Go, go, go. It feels like he was egged on. And he's not, he is a courageous person. In that situation, foolishly courageous. A foolish type of courage. But he's not a fearful person. Even though you see that smile and this and that, he's not scared. Like he's not scared to walk down the street at 4 o'clock at night. Like he's not scared. The energy is that what happened with the sports memorabilia is that he was fooled. Like he feels like an idiot. It's the energy, he feels like an idiot. It feels like he was bamboozled into it. And he says I should listen. It feels like he's like the energy comes through is I should listen more to myself. When he has a crowd cheering him on, like even in that hotel room when he robbed those people, for his sports memorabilia that he says was his, it was his football and it was his sports memorabilia, but the people bought it from somewhere. It wasn't like it was his. It was like it was sold somewhere. They bought it and he just wanted it back. That's the energy that comes through. And also it's like he was egged on to go get it. Like, go get it. Like, you can do it. Go get your stuff. It's your stuff. Like, he was instigated and egged on to go get it. And it was like when he has a crowd cheering him on, all he hit is like just like it back in the run, Juice, run, OJ, run. I'm gone. He's out. And it was that thrill. He got a thrill out of being cheered on, applauded, and everybody's on my team again. That gave him a thrill, but it ended up fucking him up. I mean, come on. It's OJ. Half of the country wanted to see him in jail. And it was looking for any reason, anything for him to screw up, for him to go. However, it does feel like he's going to be getting out. It does feel like he will be released on parole. If not this time, it feels like, if not this particular parole hearing, it feels like it'll be the next one. But it feels like he's going to try to go all out. It's like he's going to push for more books. He's going to push for TV. It doesn't feel like film. It feels like reality. And it feels like he wants to marry somebody that is in the reality world. Now, I know, of course, he was saying how he wanted to take Kris Kardashian out. That won't happen. That won't happen. Now, there's an energy of her possibly meeting with him just for a publicity op for both, well, more so for her camp and both camps, and her acting kind of distressed on the new show, on the upcoming seasons. It does feel like she may meet for publicity. It does feel like they will meet for publicity. It does feel like her and OJ will have some kind of meeting. It does feel like that very strongly, that Kris Kardashian and OJ will have some kind of meeting, and it makes a big hoopla around it. That comes through really strong. But no, Kris is not interested in getting with him. No, not. Well, that's something else. That's something else. But no, she's not interested in getting with him anymore. How about that? Anymore. How about that? It feels like there was some interaction between them back in the day. But OJ is right now, the energy around him is enthusiastic. He's ready to get out. He wants to do reality TV. It feels like it'll be a docu-series. Feels like his team is figuring out a way to do it so they don't have to pay anybody else any money out of it, besides what he owes to lawyers, because it feels like he has huge bills. Oh my goodness, it feels like his bills are huge. But it does feel like he's going to have a reality TV show, and it feels like he's pushing for more books. He's pushing for more books. He's pushing, he wants it. He wants the limelight back. That's a strong energy around him. He wants to be in the limelight again. Feels like he will remarry. He wants her to be famous. He wants her to be famous. He loves the idea of having trophy wives. And the energy also comes through is that I'm too old to fight now. I'm too old to fight. That's physically. Does feel like he still may throw some things. But the energy around him is enthusiastic. He's not sad. He's not down. He's not depressed. He actually goes about his day like it's a list of things that he has to do and does daily. And it's like he goes about them just, okay, it's my job today. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. He's not sad. Okay, I'm Earthy Indigo, psychic, medium, intuitive, and tarot card reader. Click on the link in the description to book your reading. Remember, it's 3 questions for $10. I'm Earthy Indigo, and I love to read for you. Bye.